So I wanted to make this quick video on budget filming gear, and I have just, this last year was my first year really focusing on filming while hunting, and I loved it. I'm planning on sticking with it for a while, and it was just a ton of fun. It was a great thing to do in the deer stand, and all in all, I enjoyed it. And so I wanted to make this video because I know that getting into it is not a cheap thing. You can spend upwards of $5,000. But I'm here to show you that you don't have to. Now, everyone nowadays has a camera always on them, which is their iPhone or Android or whatever you got. And those, lots of them have pretty decent camera quality. Now, I do have a mic, which I'll show you guys in a bit, and I would consider adding that, but they do have decent audio. My audio right now, I'm filming all this on an iPhone just for reference, otherwise I'd be using my main camera. But I do have, right now as audio, I have my earbud in, and that's simply for the audio. But I do have a mic, which I'll show you guys in a minute. And so, yeah, I just want to show you that you can get into self-filming for under $100 and have a ton of fun with your very basic setup. And so let's get into it. I'll show you, take you guys to the Amazon storefront and show you what you can do with $100. Alrighty, to start off, I'd like to point out the subtotal here is $107.98, but we're only $7.98 over budget, and that is because I added one extra item, and I will show you guys that in a minute. And so the first one is this portable and flexible phone tripod. This does come with a mount to clamp your phone, which I like. It has a cold shoe mount. The only issue I see with that is it is plastic, and with it being cold out, and I could see it breaking potentially, but I don't know if you really got to worry about it. It depends. I haven't personally had this one. I have, or that phone mount, but I do have this tripod and I like it. I have the rubber one, which I would definitely recommend just for better grip and weather resistance. And so, yeah, I definitely recommend getting the rubber one. But otherwise, I do like that you can bend it around trees and it works well. It's got the bubble level, which I like, or I'm not sure if it has the bubble level here, but I can see that it's on a ball joint, and so you can rotate it sideways, which you can see in that spot on the left. And so, yeah, this is what I recommend if you're going to be doing some ground hunting or walking around while hunting. Now, I do think if I was ground hunting predominantly, I would go to an actual tripod. I wouldn't want something this small because it's not tall enough. But I'm sure you can find a cheap tripod out there in replacement of this. And I'll show you something else on the list that you could get rid of if you're doing ground hunting only, where you could then get a little bit nicer tripod. So let's go. The second item here is this HME better camera holder. This is actually the one that I started out with filming on, and I liked it. It was a little shaky for how heavy my camera was, but I was using a real camera. You guys here will be most likely using your phone, and so I recommend this for that exact reason. It's got two hooks on it, which I liked. It's got just this butterfly nut, as you can see here, and it's got a rig behind it to make it hold on to the tree. Now, I did support my camera. It was a little wobbly, the bolts were a little loose, stuff like that. But for your phone, I think it'll work great. The only issue that I see here is you can see that it does not have a phone clamp. And so that is why I added a heavy-duty one to the list, which we'll get to in a moment. This does have a handle on it that rotates 360 degrees. Personally, I liked this tripod. It wasn't heavy. It was quiet for the most part. And if you're only filming with your phone, you don't need much more. And especially within this budget, this is a pretty good option. The third thing that I have here is a phone clamp. Now you'll need to put this on your tree arm if you're going to be using that. And I like this one because it's metal. It looks heavy duty. It's got a cold shoe mount for your microphone, or if you want to get a light or something like that, and then you can screw it into your tree arm or whatever you need to do. You can see there the cold shoe mount, which is where you mount your microphone or a light or something like that. And so yeah, I would recommend this because it does look heavy duty. And if you look here, it's on a ball joint, so you can turn it sideways. It's got a bubble level, which I love. One of the things I hate is when you click on a video and the image is crooked. I can't stand it, and so this bubble level definitely helps with that. The, I believe, fourth thing I got here is, in my opinion, one of the most important things is your audio. And I'm actually using my earbud right now because of audio. And if you, this is the mic I run on one of my cameras, and I like it. Now, the reason I run a shotgun mic is because I want to be able to hear if there's a deer crunching or grunting while it's running through the woods. I want to be able to hear that turkey gobble off in the distance on a cold morning. And this really brings you to the moment when you can hear everything. I hate crappy audio. It makes me want to click off the video so quick. And so this is what I'd recommend for a cheap, they do get broken. It's just on a plastic absorbing mount. And so they do break. And this is only 40 bucks, which I get getting into it, 40 bucks it depends on who you are, getting into it. I scrapping and getting as little, spending as little as I possibly could going into it just because I didn't have it. I was just a kid. So getting into it and trying to get all the cheapest stuff, I could get this $40 mount, and that's what I did, and I like it. It works good. It's plenty for the money, and you don't need more than this, especially running through your phone. And so, yeah, I really like this mount, and I'll probably keep using it until it breaks, and I don't see that happening in the short future here. The last thing I got is just this USB-C to 3.5 millimeter adapter that you just need this to run your audio. But I figured I'd throw it in there just so you get everything you need to film. I hate when I watch a video and it's like, oh yeah, we got everything. And then afterwards it says you got to pick up a few more things. No, I put everything that you will need in this video. And so you'll need this to hook up your audio. And that's only in $9, something like that. Yeah. And so in total, now we are a little bit over budget here with $107. But if you are going to be mainly in a tree stand, get rid of this $14.99 tripod and you're well under budget there. So those are the things I would recommend if you are going for a, in my opinion, what will be plenty to at least get started and figure out if you like filming.
So like I was saying, those are the items I would recommend if you're just starting out filming, and I think that'll be plenty, especially just to test the waters. Now I will be creating a little series here. I'm going to do, this one's 100, next is 500, and then I'm going to 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, up to 5,000. And I know you can go way past that with cameras and everything, and let me know if you'd like me to. But I really didn't want to start cheap just because I know getting into it, I didn't want to spend a ton. I couldn't spend a ton. And there's got to be people out there that don't as well. And so, yeah, this is the $100 budget. Be sure to check out the other videos, at least to see, even if you can't get it right now, to see what's the best gear that you want to work towards, get production quality up. And so, yeah, be sure to check out those videos. I'd really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed and all that. But be sure to check out some more of the videos just because, I'm trying to give out good information here as best as I can. So, anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.